Scientists say Cape Cod is experiencing a, quote, white shark abundance, which is the first in the North Atlantic Ocean. The study also says more than 300 different types of sharks have been tracked across the area. So here to help us break this down and find out just why these findings are so important is Dr. Greg Skocum. He's a senior fisheries biologist at the Massachusetts Division of Marine Fisheries. Just in time for Shark Week. I think it's Shark Week. It's always Shark Week. All right, so let's talk about this study. The results of the study indicate that about 800 great white sharks visited the Cape Cod area between 2015 and 2018. It's 2023 now. So my question to you is, has this trend continued?
It's a wonderful question, and I wish I had an accurate answer to that. We completed the study back in 2018, and we know that 800 animals moved through the area. My general feeling on this is that perhaps it's continuing to increase, but not at such a dramatic level. It's also important for the public to realize that all 800 sharks are not here at the same time. These sharks move through quite frequently, and some stay for hours, others stay for weeks, and many of them move north.
I know it's an obvious thing, but I have to admit, in my mind, in my imagination, I just saw, the Cape Cod area just silly with sharks everywhere, right? So I'm glad you said it. And as I understand it, part of the reason that we're seeing this is kind of a good news story when it comes to conservation, right? The sharks are following the food. We're talking about the seal population, which has really kind of been enjoying an incredible comeback.
That's exactly right. I mean, there are certainly people who don't appreciate the presence of the seals coming back, but that in and of itself is a conservation success story. And the fact that the sharks are showing up to do what they do, I mean, this is their job. They feed on seals, and they're coming back. And so it's really indicative of the restoration of a healthy ecosystem. But it does have implications relative to public safety, and we try to certainly give the public as much information about these animals as we can.
So just really quickly, too, I know that the ocean waters are warming as well. Do we know if that's having an impact on shark migration at all?
Certainly when it comes to white sharks, we're not seeing any indications of that just yet, but other species of sharks are showing some shifts in distribution relative to climate change.
So, we love to go to, Cape Cod for vacation. A ton of other people love to go up that way. So do the sharks. How do we all coexist with these apex predators? I'm sure a lot of people go for, the sharks in the hopes of seeing one. But how do we enjoy ourselves while they enjoy themselves? Any advice?
Well, you said it best. We have to coexist with them. And what we've been trying to do is share with the public where the highest densities of sharks are, and they are along the eastward-facing beaches of Cape Cod. So if you're going to go out swimming in that area, do any recreational activity, we ask that you pay attention, realize there could be white sharks feeding in those areas, look for the presence of seals, know your own strengths in the water. You're more likely to drown because of rip currents out there. Just be mindful that these animals are feeding there. If you're super concerned that there are sharks there, then just don't go in over your waist.
Great advice. They don't want to eat us. They want to eat seals, but sometimes they take a bite by mistake, and that's not pleasant at all. Dr. Greg Skocum, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
In sports now, Cincinnati Bengals star quarterback Joe Burrow was injured during practice yesterday. The team says that he has an injury to his right calf. Burrow is coming off his best pro season since he joined the league, and reportedly he's in talks that could make him the highest paid player in the NFL. As of now, though, it's unclear when he will be back in action. Time now, 7:55. I'll be back in just a few moments with a look at other stories that you'll be talking